Hello and welcome to my kitchen. What we have here is a yellow Game Boy Pocket. Now this is the one I've had since I was a child. As you can see, it's seen better days. The front came off it, so we repaired it with hot glue which got on the screen. Obviously what stuff's got in. It's grubby as all hell, as you can imagine, for a Game Boy that was used a lot as a kid, but it still works perfectly. He says. As you can see, there's no black lines on the screen, so that's always a good sign with these. And it works perfectly. So what I'm going to do today, strip it down, clean it, replace this screen cover, give all the contacts inside a bit of a clean, make sure everything's okay, and then we should have a Game Boy Pocket back to, well, as good as new as you could get. Okay, so now I've got the Game Boy broken down into its component parts. Back, main CPU board, buttons, rubber things that go underneath the buttons, you know, to contact the board. Those contacts where the buttons press are on there. So as you can see, up, down, left, right, start, select, BA. So, to continue cleaning this, and now you can see that I've removed this front cover off it. You can see that it's quite badly stained and worn, but as you can see, some of it also got onto the screen. So, as we know the screen works, it's just a case of cleaning it up. Now, to remove this screen is, you can see it's just literally held in there with sticky tape, so, you know, double-sided tape on the other side. So, the best way to do it, from what I can find out, is literally just to wiggle it like that, slowly but surely. And, you know, the same way you pop tray out of an ice tray, and as you can see, it's starting to come loose already. So, as you can see, that's how you do it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the recording now, because it's hard to do in front of the camera, and then we'll see what it looks, and then we'll show you it all when we're ready to start cleaning. Alright, as you can see, I got the screen out, and here's the screen. Just let me focus the camera. There we go. And as you can see, it's in reasonably good nick, it just needs a bit of cleaning. So that's the next step we're going to do. What I'm going to do is, I'm obviously going to clean the screen. I'm going to clean all the contacts on the circuit board, including the cartridge slot, because it does power up and it works, but it does sometimes have a bit of trouble reading game cards. So I'm going to give that a quick clean. I'm going to use isopropyl alcohol for that. If you clean electronics, this stuff is kind of the best thing to do. I'm literally just going to use a little microfiber cloth for the big bits, you know, like the circuit board, and just a cotton bud. I'm also going to drip some into the dials here when it focuses. I don't think I'm going to get a true focus, but into the volume, into the contrast and the volume dials as well, just to make sure those contacts are alright, because they can get gunked up over time. And also I'm just going to do the power switch as well. When it focuses, it don't want to focus, but I'm just going to do the power switch on the top, just to put a bit of it in and just waggle it back and forth to make sure it's nice and clean. In regards to the case bits, because this is my original Game Boy, I want to keep as much of it as I can. So I know a lot of people will just literally, these stickers on the back, they'll just peel them off, throw them away, and then get new. Now what I want to do is I want to peel these off and keep them, because it's the original serial number, and I've not been able to find a duplicate of this exact sticker online. I found other stickers, but not this exact one. So I want to keep this so it's as original as possible. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a hairdryer and a razor blade to slowly try and peel this off and peel that off. When I've done that, remove this metal shield, and then the back, the front, and the battery thing, and the buttons are going to go into a bowl of warm soapy water, but I'm going to be using car shampoo because it's not an abrasive, and they'll be left to soak for a bit while I work on the circuit board. Okay, what I have here is all the plastics, you know, so the front, the back battery compartment, the buttons, soaking in some warm water with some car shampoo. Now the reason I use car shampoo is because it's designed to work on paint and plastics and stuff like that, and it doesn't have any abrasive properties, you know, like washing up liquid has. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let it soak, let it work, and then I'm going to come back and then I'm just going to start wiping it down with microfiber towels to see how much I can get off, and any that needs any more concentrated cleaning, I'll attack at that point. Okay, so I'll let them soak for about an hour, well maybe an hour and a half, in the car shampoo and warm water, and as you can see, it's come up absolutely beautiful. That is a lot brighter just eyeballing it compared to what it is. Obviously zip back through the video to take a look. The only thing that I couldn't get perfectly clean was on the back here. You can still see some of the pen. Now, hang on, let me just try and focus that for you. Yeah, you can still see some of the pen that was on there that I put on as a kid, when the camera behaves itself. Now what I tried to do is I did actually try and scrub that off a little bit with a toothbrush, but I didn't want to go too hard because in case it takes the texture off the plastic. So that's probably the best I'm going to get with that. So now, get all that dried, then use the isopropyl alcohol to clean up the circuit board, and then we can start putting it back together. Alright, as you can see, it's now working fine. It's back together and it looks a damn sight better already. But what do we do about the screen? Because as you can see, it no longer has its front cover on it. So we have a couple of options. Either I can put the original one back on, which I'll be honest, I'm not going to do that, but that's the original plastic greyish one. As you can see, it's seen better days. But what I managed to order off eBay for not a huge amount is this. It's a glass fronted one. As you can see, it looks a lot better. So I'm going to have to pause the video while I do this because I can see it being fiddly. But you'll see the results in a second. And there we go, one refurbished Game Boy Pocket. As you can see, it does look pretty good, even if I say so myself. It's a lot cleaner than it was to begin with. You can see I even managed to salvage the sticker and get that back on the back. The serial number I didn't manage to salvage, unfortunately. It got cut in half because I slipped. But, you know, it's one of them things. Now, this is not a perfect Game Boy. Nowhere near. But I just, because it was mine from childhood, I wanted to refurb it to get it back to as it was. Now, I know that some people in the comments are going to be asking, why didn't I backlight it? Why didn't I do that screen mod to improve the contrast? It's just because, like I said, this was mine from childhood, and I just wanted it to be exactly the same as that. I might be tempted to buy a Game Boy Pocket on eBay, and then literally, you know, do all the mods to that, you know, so paint it, backlight it, do all of that. But I just wanted this to be as it was when it was new, and I think I've done a pretty good job of it myself. Everything works as it should, and it does look like a new machine. And there it is, nice and neatly on my mantelpiece, sat next to its bigger brother, the original Game Boy, ready for if I want to play it again. Sorry, when I want to play it again. Now, if you've found any of these interesting, you know, if you found it interesting watching me refurb this, let me know, because I've got some other retro consoles that could do with refurbing. I wasn't going to bother filming the refurb process, but if people are interested, you know, then I'll do it. Obviously, this is the point where everyone who uploads to YouTube says like, comment, subscribe, you know. But if you want to stick a comment on it, stick a like or whatever, you know, feel free. If not, you know, still hope you enjoyed the vid. Alright, see you there.